Good morning and welcome to a new video where I ramble about something that I find really confusing. It's not even morning here right now, but maybe it's morning when you watch this, which is highly unlikely. But maybe if there's a morning soon in your life, I hope that your morning will be good. Anyhow, today I want to talk to you about my Instagram algorithm. Why is my Instagram algorithm important, you may ask? Because it's very messed up. And I want to ask, why is my Instagram algorithm, or why is the content posted on Instagram so messed up? Which is an important question. It's not about me, it's about Instagram and the people posting on Instagram in general. I like Instagram Reels, or I did like Instagram Reels a lot. I still post on it and the people on there are very nice to me, which is rare I feel like on Instagram, but still people are nice to me and I like that. But I don't like watching Reels on my personal account anymore because they're all like conspiracies, and well, I will show you a couple of them in this video and we'll talk about it. We need to talk about those specifically. But like, I did like Instagram Reels better than TikTok, and I feel like a boomer when I say that, but still, I liked it. And now I don't anymore. Now I go to YouTube Shorts instead of TikTok, which is still fine because you have to doom scroll somewhere. I also like doom scrolling on Reddit as of late. It's very fun. Anyhow, that's not important. My question is Instagram Reels, specifically, as an entity, doing okay? Because I don't think so. But we'll answer that question by the time we reach the end of this video, because we need to talk about specific cases here. And maybe Instagram Reels needs help. We will also decide on that. Anyways, now... Wait, I need your help to get to art school, and you can help me with that by simply subscribing and watching my videos if you like them. If you don't, you don't have to. But if you do, I would appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Let's get started.
Sunglasses are not good for eyes. You see, your eyes are an extension of your brain. If we go outside on a hot sunny day, the strength of the sun is being monitored by the eyes and the message is sent to the brain.
Did she just hold raw meat in front of a cow? That's just cruel. You cannot do that. I hope I saw that wrong. Poor cow. Please don't take this too seriously.
The sun is very hot and very strong. It gives a message to the skin to close up little receptor sites so you don't burn so easily. But if you go out into hot sun with sunglasses on, you can burn a lot easier because your brain didn't get the message that the sun's hot to close the little receptor sites.
I watched it again and it was a duck. It was not a cow, it's fine. I still find it kind of weird to have a shot of you holding raw meat, like a chunk of raw meat outside, but this video is not about that. If you like doing that, please go do that. That's not my problem with this video. I've tried to fact check what she's saying in the video about wearing sunglasses in your eyes, but I couldn't find anything on Google, and I did try my best. I only found some Reddit articles and the comments were like, no, that's not true. So we have to assume that it's not true. The first thing that did come up is a thing about sunburned eyes, which is a thing. It sounds incredibly painful. I looked at the symptoms. It doesn't sound very great, and I feel like it's worth your effort to try to prevent getting sunburned eyes. So I would rather wear sunglasses and not get sunburned eyes than doing any of this, which is not even true at all, probably. I feel like if this was the case, it would be a pretty big thing, because you also wouldn't have to wear sunscreen anymore or reapply as much as you have to not get sunburned. So I think that if this was the case, and science has proven that it is the case, which is not true, that we all would know this. So I think it's fairly safe to assume that wearing sunglasses does not help you get sunburned more easily. The symptoms of a sunburn are also very painful. I have been through that, and you don't want that. Like, a lot of people have been through that. It has serious repercussions for your future and skin problems and whatever, which are not great, and in the moment it's not great. So wear sunscreen and you're kind of done with it. Or like, wear long clothes. There are a lot of ways to prevent sunburn on your skin, and not wearing sunglasses is not one of them. Also, you know that feeling when you accidentally look into the bright sun and you instantly get a headache? I feel like that's a sign that you shouldn't do that. Like, it's a pretty most natural sign that looking into the sun, or looking close to the sun, or even walking outside without sunglasses or a hat to protect your eyes from the sun is not a great thing to do, because being in that much bright light for too long of a time does give me a headache, at least, and that's not great. So I try not to do that. Of course, going outside is nice and everything, but protect yourself. Also, people that do not wear sunglasses still get sunburned. I don't wear wear sunglasses because I have prescription glasses and getting prescription sunglasses is too expensive for me, which is fine. I might get them at some point, but just not now, and my prescription is too bad to wear sunglasses without my glasses, and I cannot wear contacts, so sunglasses are not it for me right now, so I try to wear a hat sometimes or just go inside when it's too much. But whenever I am outside and I'm not doing any of that, wearing a sunglasses or a hat, I still get sunburned if I don't wear sunscreen. That has happened last year and many more times before that, so either I'm a special case study, but more likely this is just not true. And if this is not enough to debunk this, I'm not sure what is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you try to recreate the Earth. Because they say we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, 66,700 miles an hour ripping through the galaxy, 500,000 miles an hour chasing the sun through the galaxy, while water remains on the Earth and doesn't spill off at all because of gravity. But yet you just can't recreate this, ever. Water doesn't stick to a ball, and it's just ridiculous to consider that it would. Now, that's not even to mention the vacuum of space. How can you have a vacuum of space, but you also have a pressurized system? You can't have pressure inside of a vacuum. Take back your common sense. Please, I'm begging you. I love you all. Go to my website if you want more information, and this is my opinion.
I absolutely love that this creator thinks that this is a scientific experiment. Well, it obviously is not a scientific experiment. First of all, this is a plastic apple, which is not even the same shape or material that the Earth is made of. Like, if the Earth was made of like this kind of plastic, we would slip all the time, which would be pretty funny, but not very convenient. So the material is different, the shape is different, so that's the first thing that's wrong with this. Second of all, the Earth is doing all this traveling and rotating in the vacuum of space with an atmosphere, which is not the same as blowing air at a plastic apple. No one is blowing air at the Earth. I think that would be pretty weird. Would also be very funny, but it's just not the case. Third of all, this apple is not moving and rotating at the same speed that Earth is. Like, this apple is spinning in all different kinds of directions and stuff, and it's just not really what the Earth is doing. And nobody's watering the Earth like that. Like, throwing water on the Earth, that would also be very funny. This is the same thing as the blowing the air thing. Anyhow, it doesn't work like this, but it does work as the following. You know that thing that when you turn a bucket of water around really quickly and the water stays inside of the bucket? That's kind of how that works. I feel like I'm not a scientist, but my internal logic capabilities and quick Google searches tell me that it is, because it has something to do with gravity and g-forces. I cannot explain to you how, because I don't know, because I'm not a scientist, but if you want to, you can look it up for yourself. Anyhow, if gravity did not exist and the Earth was flat and you would fall off the Earth if you go to the edge of the Earth, gravity still exists in a way. If gravity did not exist, we would be floating around, sort of. We would not weigh anything. It's physics. If gravity did not exist on the Earth and the Earth is flat and we would fall off, gravity did exist just below the Earth. I started to think that this was rage bait when writing this video. Then I looked up the website of this guy and oh boy, it was fantastic. And my reaction was that I have to make a video about this guy specifically because I was having fun. I just want to know more about his philosophies. You know, maybe next week we get that. Maybe also not. But if you need that, let me know and I will probably do that anyway because I find it interesting. So this is not rage bait, which is very, very astonishing to me. But the Earth is not a plastic apple. I think that's what we learned. The thing is that I don't really know why Instagram is trying to tell me that the Earth is a plastic apple or equivalent to a plastic apple and someone throwing water at it.
We have to find out what's trauma and what's a demon. Hey.
Don't look at me!
Who are you?
I am no one!
How did you get in?
No! I don't know!
How long you been in?
Oh, wait.
Since she was little?
Yes.
You've been attacking her identity?
Yes.
You've had her confused a long time, huh?
Yes!
Is she a believer?
She is!
She loves Jesus?
She is and I hate it!
She prays?
Every day!
Every day. That must get old, huh?
I hate it! I hate it!
Then it's good to leave, right?
I want you to leave me alone!
No, we're gonna cast you out.
No!
Yeah.
No!
What you did to this woman when she was young, it changes forever, you understand? As you come out of her, I want you to grab every other demon. All of them. All of them.
No!
All of them.
No!
With a 3-strand cord that is not easily broken. When I give the word, you come out of her body. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, come up and out. All the way. All the way. There you go. All the way. He says he's given me power to trample on serpents and scorpions. That means come on out of the mouth. Now. All the way. All the way. Yep, out of the mouth. Out of the mouth. Out of the mouth. All the way. There you go. Amen.
The trash can for the demon is what got me here. Like, that makes absolutely zero sense. I don't think demons are just going to sit inside of a trash can and stay there. It even had like the plastic lining, the plastic bag inside. You should at least have closed the plastic bag right after to contain the demon. The demon is not going to sit inside the trash can, if there's a demon at all, but that's beside the point. Demons don't want to be in trash can. If I were a demon, I don't want to be in trash can. That's what I'm saying here. Like, how am I supposed to take this seriously if the demon is supposed to be sitting in the trash can? Does the demon even fit inside of that? I have questions about this. Anyhow, just want to say that queer people can be Christians. I know a lot of Christian people are against that, but it is true. I have friends that are Christian and queer. I'm not a Christian, I am queer, and I like being with my friends that are Christian and queer. You even have like queer churches that organize specific activities for queer people feeling more welcome inside of the church, which is great, I think. And for the people that are against that, I feel like, as a non-Christian that kind of knows what is in the Bible, because I grew up Christian, it's for God to judge if you can be Christian and a good person in general, and queer at the same time. And it's not for humans to judge. I feel like Christianity is like half about that God is the one to judge your actions and not humanity. But that's what I understand. They only do talk about identity in a general sense in this video, but I cannot really think of what else it would be instead of queer, but maybe I'm wrong about this. The thing that I find most problematic about this is seeing an exorcism on the internet. It's not because I don't believe in exorcisms in general. I think you can do whatever you believe in as long as you don't harm yourself or other people in the process, which is a debatable thing with exorcisms, and I'm not going into that right now. The ethics of exorcism are a whole other thing. My problem here with this specific kind of exorcism on my feed is that there's a very big audience, both inside the video and both on the internet, to these exorcisms. And exorcisms feel like a sort of very personal and painful experience for the person getting the exorcism, and I don't want people to sit in on my therapy sessions either. I don't live stream them, I don't film them or whatever, and I very don't want to, because that would be very awkward and I would not want to go to my therapy then. So why would it be different with exorcisms in a way? Because it's very personal again, and I don't think showing them off on the internet is doing any good to anyone involved in this. To me, this looks more like a performance than the actual thing, which is why I don't feel bad about saying anything about the trash can and making fun of that part, because this doesn't feel like the real personal experience to me because it's posted on the internet. Anyhow, I did find an article from The Guardian, which I will link down below, that supports this, because in 1999, the Catholic Church, the institution based in Vatican City, released a 90-page long document about exorcisms and how they should be kind of reformed. And there were smaller things like different wordings, and the biggest thing is that exorcisms should not be spectacles, which also meant, more concretely, that media representatives were not allowed anymore to be at exorcisms. This exorcism that we just saw and that I showed you, because I don't feel like this qualifies as a real exorcism by the rules of the Roman Catholic Church, does not follow this rule, because posting it up on the internet means that someone filmed it, and social media is also media. This is kind of like reporting on it, because in 1999 Instagram did not exist yet, so I feel like this is the same thing. They're making it a spectacle with the microphone, but this is not an exorcism that follows the rules. So however you turn this does not belong on my feed. I do feel bad for the person getting the exorcism in this video, and also for the serpents and scorpions in general. They're just animals. They did not do anything wrong by just existing.
But when they put you into school, they're teaching you spells or spelling.
I really hope that this person believes in the dictionary, because according to the Cambridge Dictionary, a spell means spoken words that are thought to have magical power. And to spell or spelling means to form a word or words with the letters in the correct order. I know it's hard that one word can have two or more different meanings, because this spell word has more than two different meanings, but these are the most known. But I would rather have that than to have 8 different words for for one thing, like Latin has 8 different words for that, but this is easier because you can get from the context what it means. Spelling in school means that you learn to put the letters in the correct order to make a word. I wish I got spellcasting instead of spelling in primary school because I found spelling very, very boring, but that didn't happen, sadly. I did learn how to put letters in the correct order, though.
Curses or cursive, that's witchcraft. If I let you into a math class, you're going to be a co-creator with God. Because what happens? The architect creates with math. What is he doing? He's building the bridge. He's building the buildings. And what is the engineer doing? He's creating with math. What is he doing? He's creating the cars that he's drawn the blueprint on the assembly line. That's mind-boggling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you know math, hey, I just created this chair. I just created this table, this right here. I created it with math. I didn't create it with spells or spelling. I didn't create it with curses or cursive. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Everything can be explained with math, you're saying?
Everything is math. The universal language is math.
The rest of this video was so incredibly confusing. What on earth is he talking about? I don't understand. Sure, math is everywhere. We have known that since ancient times, but I don't get what she's trying to say with this fact. Like, aren't we allowed to create? I don't really think that's what she's saying. That we only should learn math in school instead of spelling and writing and whatever, because math is only relevant because everything is math. That makes no sense because building things requires math to be put into context, and you do need words for that also to communicate. Like, we don't speak the language of math. Maybe mathematicians do, but not everyone does. And also other skills than just math are required to read the Bible, for example, which I assume you did when you're a Christian, but I'm not sure in this specific case because the Bible is not in math. I am getting kind of flashbacks to a video I made a few weeks ago where someone said that being confused would mean that you're a demon, because I'm very confused right now. Maybe the algorithm is trying to tell me something with those last 2 reels. Which probably makes that it's now time to answer the age-old question, does Instagram Reels need help? The answer to that is no. Plot twist, I guess. My For You page, or whatever that's called on Instagram, is so messed up because I save reels like this to use in videos like this, and I look for them sometimes. Like, now I don't have to anymore, but I did in the past, and now my algorithm is messed up and I did that to myself. I know that. So everyone can post on Instagram and social media in general, and I think that is the beauty of it. Like, we can hear and listen to each other and have opinions about that and share them again and again and again, and I feel like that's the beauty of connecting over social media. However, I do think the people spreading misinformation do need help, or to be called out, or at least to have a reality check, and I'm not sure if any of them are watching this video, and I am also not sure if this video can be a reality check because I'm just a random person talking on the internet like they are too. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe all of these people were right and I'm wrong, and I will never know because those people also think they're right, and I also think that I'm right. I also do think that the owners of social media companies are not helping, but this video is not about that. But I think I need to mention that right here in this nice little neat conclusion. I also don't think that I will be turning it to Instagram Reels for cute art videos again anytime soon, though. Anyhow, thank you for watching. If you like my little video, please press this wonderful shiny like and subscribe buttons. I would appreciate that a lot. And then I will see you next time. Ciao!